November, where we're saying nano, nano to the preserved alien discovered in a fridge in Russia. Marta Yekarovna is convinced she's been keeping an alien life form on ice, but skeptics say it's more likely to be a bit of mouldy veg. I don't know what you think. Despite that, coming to you from a galaxy far, far away, Area 51 fanatics will no doubt find other worldly organisms in her fridge. Sally Lindsay. For this lady, UFO stands for unnecessarily flirty object. Denise Welch. And after a simple, she'll give you a close encounter of the scariest kind. Carol McGiffin. And attempting to keep this band of Barbarellas firmly earthbound, me, Carol Vorderman. Now, coming up today, we are joined by the man who can quite happily hold his hand up and say, biggest selling artist of all time in the UK? That's me. Let's have a look why. Yes, in the audience are already doing this, I have to say, because we're all very, very happy that you're here. But tell us what classic soul track you're going to be singing for us later on, right at the end of the show.
Well, it's one of 4 of the oldies on the album, and it's called Always and Forever.
You've made a lot of loose women very happy saying that. Now, we have noticed, Cliff, that you've got your guitar with you, because obviously you're performing right at the end of the show with the soul number. But we're also going to be leaving it up to our audience to decide which Cliff classic Cliff will strum for us when he joins us for a chat later on. So, to give us the options, Sir Cliff, could you just give us a little strum of option A, Move It.
Come on, pretty baby, let's move it and groove it.
They like that one, they like that one, they like that one. Okay, B, Living Doll.
Got myself crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I think this is my favourite, actually. C, The Young Ones.
The young ones. Oh, darling, we're the young ones.
Oh, that's lovely. Options, but the decision is yours with our viewers. You can take your pick from A, Move It, B, Living Doll, or C, The Young Ones. If you're watching, all you have to do is go to itv.com/loose women and vote for the song you want to see Cliff play for us. You've got until 5 to 1 today to cast your votes. Get those votes cast now. That's Wednesday, the 16th of November. Cliff Richard, everybody, thank you. Now, it must be a hard life. We have Cliff Richard chatting and performing. Who is that? I know who that is. Bradley, you're 2 days early.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm with you Friday, but because I'm a pal of Cliff's, I played tennis with Cliff, I popped in to see him, but I'll be seeing you Friday.
Yeah, Friday, you're a loose woman on Friday.
Oh, you've come out for a loaf of bread. Goodbye.
Thank you, boys. We'll see you in 3. Welcome back to Wednesday's Loose Women, and we're extremely honoured today to be joined by the man who's simply magical when it comes to bringing music into our lives, Cliff Richard! Now, if you want to ask Cliff a question, then you can get in touch by going to our website, emailing us at loose.women@itv.com, or posting on our Facebook and Twitter sites. And it's the same addresses if you want to join in on any of today's chats. You've got until 5 to 1, so not too much time today. That's Wednesday, the 16th of November, to get those questions, get those comments in. Now, welcome back to Loose Women. Now, it's a very special show today as we're joined by a man who's brought us over 5 decades of fantastic music. He's sold over 250 million albums and still makes time to put a twinkle in our eyes by getting his kit off for his annual calendar. Thank you, girls. Let's have a look at just why we can't get enough of Cliff Richard. He'll be talking now. Please welcome Cliff Richard.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Fabulous.
I like coming to this show.
Yeah.
Is it ever going to be Loose Women and a Bloke?
Yes, an honorary loose man you are
thank
today.
you. Thank
That's
you.
all right. And the girls in the audience are really delighted to see you.
Well, I I am available, but not cheap.
I'm the other way round.
Now we said, obviously, 5 decades of music. How is it that when you look back at that, can you actually believe it's been 5 decades?
No, it's full of time. When you're younger, it seems to drag along a bit, but then you look back and you think, I still can't believe it's been 53 or so years that I started.
Because you started in the 50s, in the late 50s.
Yeah, I caught the tail end, 58.
Yeah.
So, you know, when they say I've had a #1 in each of 5 decades, I cheated by catching the last bit of the, 59 was a #1, and then of course it went into the 60s.
Yeah.
But no, when I look back, it seems to have flown by, and it seems like no time at all. And I don't know how to behave anymore. I don't know. Well, because I don't.
What do you mean, behave?
Because I don't.
You're very well behaved.
Yeah, but I don't feel my age. You know what I mean? I often have the feeling.
Are we allowed to say 71?
You know what it's like. I've hit 50. And,
you look amazing. In the 40s as a baby.
But the main thing for me is that I still feel okay.
You look okay.
You know, I'm happy to go and sing and do shows and things like that, and I don't know how to be 70.
But when people keep talking about this, you know, you've been 50 years in the business, it's almost like they're talking about that as if this is the end, but it's not, is it?
No,
you're still going.
They talk about it as though it's in the past, and of course for me it's I've never stopped working, really. Yeah, well, we're the lucky ones, aren't we? You don't stop working either.
No.
I sometimes wish you would.
Have you ever tried to sort of analyse it, Cliff, as to why some people are just a flash in the pan, and why this longevity over all of those decades? I mean, we know it's because you're fabulous, but I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, I have thought of it, and I've been asked about it many times, but I don't know whether there's a real answer, except that with the X Factor.
Yes, the programme.
It's a great title for it because, you know, I see some of those shows, and even the losers sing well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even the people that ate down, that have lost, are really fantastic singers. And I've tried with friends of mine to introduce a record by a friend, and you know, it's really hard to get it off the ground. And I think the X Factor is a perfect title. Even you really don't know why you like somebody. You can't really put your finger completely on it. You just know that you like them.
When did you realise, back in the 50s, was it back in the 50s, when did you realise, actually, I think I've got the X Factor? Was it the Screaming Girls, or when did you think, I've got this, whatever this magic is, I've got it?
I just thought of it now. No, the funny thing is, I can't, because someone said, what do you see in the mirror? I said, well, I certainly don't see whatever else sees. I don't see what everyone else seems to see. I don't know why I'm still here. I have no idea why I'm still here. And that's so for me, even it's the X Factor. And it's good that it remains an X, because if you discovered it was the way you smiled or something, you'd go around going, the whole time, you know, and then you'd blow it.
She does, I'm just having a photo. Don't you? Moving on, don't you? Do your photo smile, Denise, go on.
We said in the link there, you sold 250 million. And I watched them going on plus albums, yeah.
Well, you know, that little statistic came from about 20 years ago, so I must have sold a couple of million more.
Yeah.
Just a couple of million.
When you had that fantastic tour, the Soulicious.
It's so long
You've got the DVD out at the moment,
yes.
haven't you?
Yeah.
Which was a hugely successful tour for you. As you say, you keep on working,
Well, the thing is, you've got to keep yourself interested, and if you keep yourself interested and happy, I think it spreads out over the footlights.
Yeah.
And but this particular show, I'd invited Frida Payne, Percy Sledge, Lamont Dozier, who is the man. He's the middle name of Holland Dozier and Holland. Peebo Bryson, but he wasn't there. He couldn't make it. So I got James Ingram sang with me his song, and who was it? Oh, The Fifth Dimension.
Yes.
So, but you know, between us, it was a.
And they came on the whole tour with you, did you?
Yeah, but it was only a relatively short tour. I only did 8. You know, we only decided to do the show in March, and it was a little too late to get the venues that you need. You know, I normally start like a year and a half before, so you can get all the right venues. But anyway, it was fine. 8 was fine, although we all wept on the last night. I got an email from Frida saying, I'm having withdrawals.
But we've got a little bit to show everybody, actually. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I felt really, really wonderful, because on the album there are like 10 or 11 of these iconic you know, the Temptations.
Yeah.
Temptation style. I can't talk today.
I'm
I'm sounding 70. Temptation stylistics, Brenda Holloway, Candy Staton, Peebo, of course, and Roberta Flack.
Roberta Flack?
Yes.
In Western Ashes, after the David Guest premiere as well. I couldn't believe they were the real people
I know.
on the stage. They were talking about you. Frida Payne looks just about 25, amazing.
She looks and sings. Well, they all sing really well.
Jackie Graham, she's a fan of the show, Jackie.
Oh, Jackie, yeah. Jackie and I used to, we had such a time on stage. She called me her baby. And when she finished her bit, she used to say, look after my baby.
And you found Frida on here, not when you were on last.
Yeah, the last time I came on here, Frida was here. Frida came over, and she
Frida sang.
only arrived the day before, I think.
Yeah, that's
She was a real trooper, you know. It's really tough to come over, have an 8-hour time deficit, and still be able to sing like that.
Do you know what must be wonderful as well is because I was very honoured to do this charity gig with Cliff a few weeks ago in Portugal.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a very some of the girls are here. And it was a very intimate thing. There was about 200, mostly women there. And I was stood down the front with your lovely sister Joan, and there was 200 women around you, and Cliff was just playing acoustically. It was amazing. And I was sort of singing along like this. I looked around, and every single one of them just had these tears. And I just thought,
It was that
I
bad.
wish I had.
Sorry, John.
You're news again today, aren't you?
I heard about. I haven't seen it though, but I was doing some interviews yesterday, and they were talking about a new radio station.
Yeah.
It's called Absolute Radio 60s. Says it's the sound of the swinging 60s. And they say that they're not going to play your records, apparently. This is what they say. This is what they've said.
I think it's a great scam. Don't you think it's a
Cliff
scam?
enjoyed chart success. Yeah, just quite a few number ones, you know. But we believe, I'm reading what they're saying, not what we're saying, but we believe timeless acts of the decade that remain relevant today are bands like the Beatles, the Stones, the Doors, the Who, and Aretha Franklin. But
Cliff's still here.
biggest
UK calling artists to not play your records.
Well, I mean, in a funny, strange way, they're using me to advertise their station, and I hope they're going to be really successful. Because then I could better say, well, you know, would they have done it without me? And the answer is probably no.
At the top of the show, we asked you which Cliff classic you'd like Cliff to perform on his guitar for us here today, and you had the choice of Move It, Living Doll, or The Young Ones. The results are in on our online poll, and the winning song is, with 44%,
Our new theme tune,
The Young Ones. So that's what we want to hear.
What, right now?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yes,
no, it's fine.
please.
Yeah, I mean,
I promise not to sing along.
Pardon?
I promise not to sing along.
Oh, no, you can if you like. I mean, I always like to dedicate this to all the young folks. You know, like everybody beneath the age of 72. Okay. We haven't done a sound check, but the young ones, darling, we're the young ones, and young ones shouldn't be afraid to live, love, while the frame is strong, for we may not be the young ones very long. All together, Carol. Tomorrow, why wait until tomorrow? Because tomorrow sometimes never comes. So love me. There's a song to be sung, and the best time is to sing it while we're young. All together now. Once in every lifetime comes a love like this. Oh, I need you, you need me. Oh, my darling, can't you see? That young dreams should be dreams together, and young hearts shouldn't be afraid. And someday, when the years have flown, darling, then we'll teach the young ones of our own. One more time in the middle. Well, once in every lifetime comes a love like this. Oh, I need you, should be dreams together, and young hearts shouldn't be afraid. And someday, when the years have flown, darling, then we'll teach the young ones of our own.
More musical treats to come from Cliff. First, welcome back to Wednesday Through Swimming, where we're delighted to be joined by the one and only Cliff Richard. Who we have managed to confuse already.
Oh, well, I mean, I can't believe it. I sang The Young Ones, and then you all cheered like mad, and she leaned up and she said, oh, sitting next to Cliff, singing The Young Ones was like an out-of-body experience. Which I thought was quite a nice line, and then this arm went like that, and Carol said, was that one of the new songs?
The new ones, the young ones. I felt a bit embarrassed because I wasn't singing along and I don't know the words, so
we have been besieged.
She tried to convince me it's before her time.
She's like that, you know, Cliff. I'd watch her. But we have been besieged by viewers, all Cliff fans, with questions and all sorts of emails for you. So I've got the first question to read out, which is from Karen, and she says, go on, Cliff, tell us your secret for staying so young looking. What's the secret?
Look, I think if there's a secret at all, it's to do with genes. You know, my mother, until she had dementia and died, she was always she looked so good right the way through. And I've got 3 sisters, and they all look good, so I'm hoping like mad it's genes. But you can help yourself. You girls know. You can go to gymnasiums and work out a little bit. Yeah. You can diet and keep fit.
Well, you eat quite carefully, though, don't you?
Well, mine's become a lot easier. My regime is based on what's good for my blood type, which is an A-type blood. And so I keep within that, and I can now have kind of 3 meals a day, and nothing seems to change. It's great.
Really? I didn't know about the blood type diet thing.
Yeah, it depends on, if you're going to try it, I would pray now that you're O. Because
Because I have pies.
Pies, I thought you said piles.
To have a calendar like this is fantastic, and they're huge sellers, these calendars, aren't they?
Well, they've become something really. Oh yeah, I know. Look at that. I know I went to Florida, to Orlando, to do this, and in a way, it's getting more and more difficult as to what to do next year.
Yeah.
And then suddenly came up. Orlando were wonderful to me. They organised all the different places to go and be photographed, and kept me at the Rock and Roll Hotel. It was great. So I don't know what I'll do next year, but really, it's just a matter of. It's difficult once this face is smiled like that. There's not much else you can do with it. So if I can think of new ideas as to where I could
You're
go.
An astronaut.
Oh my God!
Well, that was a
Racing driver.
I know.
They are a basketball player.
I know, but this is why, of course, people like to go to Orlando. It is a brilliant place to go.
Cliff, it's been fantastic to have you on the programme today.
Oh,
you're going to perform a soul classic for us in just a second.
I've got piles of songs, but I'm only going to do...
Thank you. That is all we've got time for today, but make sure you're here for your Thursday helping of Blue Swimming tomorrow, when we'll be getting all the latest X Factor gossip from Ollie Murs, and Dancing on Ice champ Sam Atwater will also be here. And don't think the celebrities stop there either, as on the way on Friday, Bradley Welch, who we saw earlier, and the Saturdays those girls are in. But now, Cliff Richard singing the soul classic, and we all love it, don't we, girls? Always and forever.